Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and in today's film we're driving down the hotel strip through Kato Paphos and up to Old Town. So let's have the map up first of all. And we're starting off by going along Geroskipou Beach, down the hotel strip to the Triangle, then we're going to carry along the Poseidonos Avenue all the way down to the Harbour Area, come back on ourselves through Bar Street, then loop round to Kings Avenue Mall roundabout, then we'll take the main road up through Old Town and finish at the traffic lights near Paps. So a fairly busy route today, and I filmed this on Wednesday the 5th, and on Monday this will have all been chocker down here with people celebrating Green Monday, but it's all been tidied away since then, you'll be pleased to know, and that's the same throughout the whole of Cyprus. It gets cleared away very promptly. So we're going to be coming down to Cabana Beach Bar and all the others along here. I'm not going to list every hotel on the hotel strip in this film. If you want to see all that and all the full information, then go to our definitive guide from last year, paphoslife.com/v/age 2024. There's also a hyperlapse which will show me walking all the way here to from here to Sandy Bay and Limber, which you can watch as well. I'll stick a link up for that. But we're just taking a nice leisurely drive. You can see they're I believe what they're doing is improving the car parks on the right. I say that because further up on the right, it seems to be a bit more substantial than just laying a bit of tarmac. Whether they're sticking in some more curbs or not, I don't know. But something's going on there. You can just about make it up through the fence possibly. And we're coming up to Geroskipou Beach Bar on the left, which is the famous one. And you can get a bus here, by the way, from the centre of Paphos. I can't remember what the number is, but if you go to paphosbuses.com, you can look up all the bus routes available. So if you're staying on the hotel strip and you want to come up here and you can't be bothered to walk along the coast path, you can just jump on a bus instead. I like Geroskipou Beach. It's fairly laid back. They've got some nice beach bars if you want to have a bit of food or drink, and it's a nice place to swim as well because they got this artificial reefs out in the sea, which protect you from riptides and stuff like that, which Paphos is pretty notorious for. But also they provide nice things to swim at to and back. So, because I like in pools, I'll do lengths and stuff like that. So it's nice to have an equivalent without just bobbing round in circles, basically. But now on to the hotel strip itself. The Luna Park is to our left. And as I said, I'm not going to name all the hotels. I'll probably mention a few of them. But I haven't memorised all their names, so it'd be unfair just to pick a couple out. I'll try and think of features instead, like St. Nicholas Chapel, which is just coming up to. That's one of the top sunset points in Paphos or Cyprus. And you get there just by turning left, not there, but this area here, you see where those hoardings are. That's shielding the archaeological site that's next to the chapel. But you go down in there and you'll be by the chapel. And we're on the hotel strip itself. I do know that the Aquamarine is on the roundabout, which we're just coming up to. And next to that you have the Eden Marie. There's the Aquamarine there. And you got the water park on the right. And there's all sorts of hotels on the left now. Athena Royal, Athena Beach, etc. And there's lots of restaurants coming up on the right. Now some of those restaurants will be affiliated with numerous hotels. So like if you're there in the hotel full board or all inclusive, I think they allow you to spend some of it by use the restaurants as part of your deal. I think That was certainly the case at one of the Mexican restaurants we used to use down here many years ago. And all of a sudden they kept asking us what our room number was. At some point I'd imagine the field on the right's going to get developed with something or other. It does seem a bit weird having a farmer's field there. But it might be originally Turkish Cypriot land, I don't know. But this is the hotel strip, and there's more restaurants now. And soon we'll be returning for Poseidonos Beach, which is another nice one that the locals go to. Just up here on the left, just after the Rib Shack. And this area here we're coming to is called the Triangle, and there are quite a number of restaurants and bars here. So if you're on the hotel strip, that's one of the places to head to. Felix, a lot of people rave at that if you like a bar. And there's the big tower on the right, and they're building another one next to it. And on the left you have SODAP Beach and SODAP Beach car park and the Antasia Beach bar. See them on the left. And after that you have the Hotel Amarvi, which is a couple's hotel. That's on the left. On the right is the old Alo Hotel, which is now abandoned, with a very uncertain fate, to be honest. Because originally they were going to build the second tower on there, but they're obviously not doing that now. And you've got the Alexander the Great Hotel on the left. See, it's easier naming them now because they're coming less frequently, with more restaurants on the right, and Limnaria Gardens and places like that. And between each hotel there will be a walkway which will get you onto the coastal boardwalk as well, excuse me. And this is Poseidonos Avenue we're on. And you've got the Almira on the left, and there's lots of restaurants on the right which are very nice here. And then you've got the new renovations which they're back working on, which is good to see, making quite steady progress there now. Interesting to see that when it's finished. And now we're coming down to the seafront itself. Now, until recently, if you looked on Google Maps, it would still show the road as it going along the seafront. Well, you can't do that now because it's been pedestrianised for a while. I did notice when I was putting together the map for this video that Google have actually updated the map now, so it's not actually shown as there being a road there anymore, which makes my job a bit easier when I'm filling in that line, because I do try and make it as accurate as I can. Sometimes, especially like if it's in a very convoluted route for a village, I might make a bit of poetic license, but normally it's fairly accurate. There's a I Love Paphos sign there on the left, and that was the seafront. Someone was asking what's happening with the building here. I'm not sure. I haven't seen any work there for a while though, but I will keep my ears out. If anyone knows, can they please leave a comment? It would be most appreciated. Now we're coming behind Papantonio's supermarket. And at some point in 2025 that'll be rebranded as Sclavenitis. I don't think there'll be that much change in the content and the stock though, because from what I remember of Sclavenitis, because there's another big one up near Missouri Road Little, it's pretty much, a lot of it's very similar. One good thing is that Sclavenitis don't have coins required for the shopping trolleys. So all the Papantonio shopping trolleys have had their coin thing taken out. It's basically what classed as good news. Right, so we're back onto the seafront now. You can see all the lovely flower pots. Bit of lens flare there. Sorry for that. Weather-wise, it's warmed up a bit now. I mean, it was in the 20s when we did this drive, and prior to this, we were at the airport, and it was quite warm there. There was a warm breeze blowing. It makes a change because it has been really cold here recently. I can't believe how much firewood I've got through over the last few weeks. But thankfully, I think I've had to light, well, hopefully, the last fire of this season. Coming back on ourselves now. Another view of the seafront. Never get tired of that. And pretty flowers. Unfortunately, the flowers in my garden aren't doing that well at the moment. I had a similar thing last year though with the cold weather, and they did come back afterwards. So I'm just hoping that the same thing happens this year. And in the past, we've had snow as late as March and April. I mean, there's one film I did. I drove from Palemi up to Panopanea, and there's a settling snow then. And that was, whether it was April or March, I can't remember. But we do need a lot more rain. I mean, they're talking in the press now of water rationing from May in Paya. I think from what I was reading, it doesn't tend to affect tourists. It's more to do with residential areas. I guess that makes sense, because it's very difficult to sell a holiday destination if people can't have a shower there. So we've got St Paul's Pillar area on the right, and you've got the open air theatre on the left and Fabrica Hill. And we're coming into Kato Paphos again. I'm going to go around the roundabout a couple of times outside the newly renovated Sofianna. I think it's actually open again now. I haven't had an official word, and I haven't asked for one either, but people had been commenting that they were due there in March, and it certainly looked, for all intents and purposes, as if it was open. There you are. You will judge for yourself, because this is the last I looked at it. I filmed this only a couple of hours ago. It's hot off the presses, so to speak. There's another chap here taking photographs, I seem to remember as well. Let's have a look at it. We got all the shrubbery back and everything. Very nice. And if you do stay there, let us know what it's like. It'd be most appreciated. I'm going to go down Bar Street now. And it was just before lunchtime when we did this drive. So there will be people around, but Bar Street itself is more of a nighttime place. We're coming on to where the new Marika and Me bar will be, just on the left there. I think, judging from a comment that Neil, I think his name was, left, they're opening on March the 15th. Best of luck to them. And hopefully at some point in the future, the old Lineker's and places like that will be reopening too as well. But they're going to need a bit more than a few months' work on them, I think, those buildings, because they're in a complete state. And there's another look at the Poseidonos Avenue renovations there on the right. We're turning left though, because we need to get to Kings Avenue Mall so that we can go up to Old Town, because I was going to visit Lidl. I didn't film all the way because the last bit is, I've filmed it loads of times and there's not a lot to see in it. You've got Limn area, garden area on the right, and going left will take you to a number of car parks, which given the Poseidonos Avenue, most of the cars there have gone, it's useful to know. Car parking areas. Anyway, if you like our films, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and share them far and wide. The more people who see them, the better it is for us and for you. And click on any notifications bell you see. And if you want to help us out financially, please go to our Buy Me a Coffee page at buymeacoffee.com/PaphosLife and chuck us a few coffees. They are gratefully received. I cannot stress this enough. And if you want to get something back in return, go to our Etsy shop at etsy.com/shop/Paphos Live. And you can buy all sorts of memorabilia on Paphos, featuring pictures that we've taken over the last months and years and stuck on phone covers, mugs, that sort of thing. Have a look. You might find a nice present for someone. And finally, if you want to get updated on anything we do, the best place to look is our Facebook page, Paphos Live. Follow that and you'll get updated every time a new article goes on our website or we post a new film or whatever. And if you want to say hello, join Paphos Chat or Cyprus Chat, our Facebook groups. I mean, we do have an Instagram account as well. I think it's Paphos_live, but it's very rare. I mean, we use it, we post stuff on it, but it's not something we tend to manage that much because we're too old. And don't talk to me about TikTok. Anyway, we're coming on to the dual carriageway now. And there's Kings Avenue Mall on the right. And we're just coming up to the roundabout. And you can see the Paphos walkway on the left. I did a film on that recently. It was turned out to be pretty popular. And I noticed that the mammoth that they had for their dinosaur exhibition, Ice Age, to be accurate, is now no longer there, so presumably that's been taken down. Hopefully, I'd imagine they're getting ready for their Easter decorations, which will go up before Easter, because in Cyprus, as well as Christmas decorations, they also celebrate Easter with similar sorts of decorations. They don't obviously have a Christmas tree, but they have Easter bunnies and sort of things. With lots of tinsel and lots of Happy Easter and eggs and chickens dotted around roundabouts and things. And we're coming up the main road now. There's Alpha Mega on the right, a car park on the left, the new American University of Beirut on the right. And this is a mainly retail area with restaurants thrown in for good measure. Chemists. Electroline, they're like curries. There's one of the a number of chains where you can get all sorts of things. Weirdly, if you buy a kettle or something like that here, it's going to have a 2-pin plug with it normally, because even though Cyprus itself is 3-pin, like you get in the UK, most of the stuff comes from Greece, I'd imagine, or elsewhere in Europe, so it all comes with 2 pins, which is a bit of a shame. Because there's something in the papers the other day about government trying to get people to not use too many of these adapters, and the only way you're going to really stop doing that is by getting shops to sell plugs with 3 pins in it from the get-go. Otherwise, the problem's going to remain. It's going to be going past the Green Air building on the right soon. If you need a solar solution, they're the place to look. Not that, that's a My Move place. It's been just before that. And we're turning left now into our Old Town. And there's a Marks and Spencer's outlet store on the left just up here. As well as a number of other ones as well. Shops, I mean. And on the right, there's a hill, and above the hill is kind of like a business/industrial part of Old Town. Not really a touristy area. But on the left here, you have a nice viewpoint, numerous art installations, and the Cafe Nero. And when it's open on the right, there's a very nice little artisan coffee shop there, but they're closed at the moment, I believe. They tend to close over winter time, from what I remember. Right, now we're in the heart of Old Town, and it's a one-way system. There was a time briefly when they were renovating a lot of Old Town, but this was two-way traffic, and it was controlled by very long delayed traffic lights. I remember that. It was definitely a place to avoid with a car at the time. You got the Old Town covered market on the right, and they have been. It used to have this lovely old. It reminded me of a Victorian shopping centre, the roof, and they got taken down, but they're in the process of putting a new one up, and I need to go on a walking tour of that soon, so I'll show you how they're getting on. But I just noticed that progress had been made when I drove through it this time. Now on the left here is the Old Town Mutelos Mosque, which you can't really see it in this film. There will be a 360 version of this coming out next week though, so in that you'll be able to see more of that and of the what they're doing at the covered market, etc. And at that mosque is also one of the feeding stations of the Paphos cat lady. Give her a quick plug. You can find her Facebook page if you want to help support Paphos cats. Now, we're going to finish at the traffic lights up here because, well, the drive from there to Little isn't that riveting. But before that, there's this lovely, very weird-looking mural on the left. You'll have to pause it to see it properly. Either that or just Google cementography Paphos, and that should bring up our article that we did on it, showing you all the various pictures. But that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this look through Paphos, and we'll see you in the next film. Thank you very much for watching, and take care. Cheers.